we can't finish this podcast without talking a little bit about the next 2 years.
Right.
Because
oh god, that's a depressing topic. Okay.
Yeah. Because let's assume for the purposes of argument that the very likely outcome of the Senate staying in Republican hands takes place.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, first of all, okay, there's some obvious things. Like people are across the fact that in the Senate, if the Republicans hold the Senate, that means that they can control appointments.
Yep.
Which means that if they want to play hardball, Biden doesn't have a cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they obviously can stop stimulus occurring, which they can choose for Biden to basically have stagnation for 2 years.
Yes.
Like and then if they do make that choice, which you would expect they probably would, but we don't know. Then Biden is cruising to 2022 in a situation where he's done basically not much, and the left will blame him for that undoubtedly.
Yeah.
And the American people will probably blame him for that as well. And then we've talked before about the favorable Senate map in 2022. He won't take advantage of that favorable Senate map if he's on the nose. If he cruises in with 40% approval, then they're going to lose those winnable seats. And then he's basically going to be a lame duck. And then the Democrats are going to be cruising to get smashed by a Republican in 2024 who will hold the House and the Senate. And I can only imagine how demoralized the Democrats will be after that 10-year period or 12-year period. But what do you see happening? How do you see it?
Well,
I mean, that's conventional wisdom, what I just said. But.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't look good. Now, it's possible vaccines could emerge that will help mitigate the pandemic, which will help economic recovery. But yeah, in terms of actually being able to do anything, and as I've pointed out many times before, if Democrats don't control the Senate, there's no way he's appointing a new Supreme Court justice.
Oh, absolutely not.
Either.
And Breyer's gonna either retire or die in the next 4 years.
Yeah, so we're looking at deadlock. We are looking, Republicans are suddenly going to rediscover debt as a national emergency.
Yep.
All of the austerity will be the thing, deficit hawkishness. It's going to be a rerun of Paul Ryan type politics. And there'll be, sadly, some Democrats who'll be willing to go along with that. So, we're actually looking at quite a dark time, given the expansion of COVID at the moment. Given the real unlikelihood that Biden will be able to do anything.
Let me tell you now. What you just said is basically what I was saying is the conventional wisdom. Let me tell you the outliers from that conventional wisdom, both on the positive and on the negative.
Okay,
because
there's a negative outlier to that.
There is a negative outlier.
Oh dear.
That.
Okay.
The positive is that if you were going to pick one person who could negotiate with Mitch McConnell, it would be Joe Biden. In that Joe Biden has spent his entire career obsessing about making deals in the Senate.
That's true.
And in fact, that's been his knock. That's been the knock on him amongst the Democrats. Oh, as soon as you get to become president, all you're going to do is do deals with the Republicans. You're going to obsess about reaching across the aisle. Well, now he has to reach across the aisle. Let's see how good he actually is at it. Yeah, like if it's possible.
Can he reach across the aisle to the gnarled hand of Mitch McConnell?
The gnarled purple hand.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. Look, I mean, maybe he does have that gift. If he does, well, he's the right guy at the right time. That's all I can say. So that's one positive outlier. Another positive outlier is that Republicans overreach.
Yes.
They get too stupid. They give him 0 cabinet members. They give him nothing, literally nothing.
Yes.
And then when Joe Biden, who, let's face it, is Mr. Reasonable. That's the Andrew Yang thing. Whatever Joe Biden says becomes the new reasonable. If Joe Biden just spends 2 years being Mr. Reasonable and reaching out, they keep on slapping him away.
Yeah.
Eventually, even stupid Americans might get the hang of the fact that it's the Senate that's the problem, not the president.
Yes.
So, in which case there could be a massive backlash in 2022. So,
could be, yes.
So that is the positive. They're the two scenarios that are positive outliers potentially, as far as I could see. Now, the negative outlier is that we've been talking about Mitch McConnell as if he's going to be the one making the calls.
Yeah.
He might not be the one making the calls.
Who might it be?
It might be Donald Trump making the calls.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because the issue is not the fact that Mitch McConnell has the agenda in the Senate. He chooses what bills get voted on, although that's an important power. The issue is that they need 12 Republicans to avoid a filibuster because Mitch McConnell's not going to get rid of the filibuster.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's assume Democrats end up with 48 seats. They're going to need 12 Republicans. 12 Republicans is well into the zone when Donald Trump starts bleeding on Twitter or Fox News, wherever. Oh, that person's a communist. Oh, this is awful. That they're not going to get 12 Republicans who are going to want to cross him.
Yeah.
They'll get 3 or 4 easy. They'll get 6 or 7 maybe.
Yeah.
12. You're getting into a lot of scared Republican senators at that point in time.
Yes.
And if Donald Trump isn't there bleating, there'll be someone who's worse bleating because this stuff only works in one direction.
Yeah.
It only ratchets up more and more and more the partisanship. So if it's not Donald Trump, it'll be Donald Trump Jr. It'll be Tucker Carlson. It'll be someone who's worse and angrier and more partisan and more negative. And that is the threat. That's the negative outlier. That they're not dealing with Mitch McConnell, who is as partisan as they get, but is a rational human being.
Yeah.
They could be dealing with someone who's relying on vindictiveness for their political fortune. Yeah. Which is a smart bet if in the current political climate.
Yes.
So that's the more negative side, negative outlier, that they get literally nothing because of that. And then there's another thing, which is you've been talking about 2022. I'm looking at 2024. Joe Manchin is up in 2024.
Oh, yes, yeah.
John Tester in Montana is up in 2024.
Yes.
Sherrod Brown in Ohio is up in 2024. That's now maybe Sherrod Brown might win again.
Yeah.
I don't fancy either Manchin or Tester winning again. Those 2 seats and possibly those 3 seats are gone for good.
Yes.
What that means is the mean level of Democrat Senate seats goes down by 2 or 3 forever.
Yeah.
Now, they might gain 1 or 2 in Georgia by that stage or Texas or Arizona. They've got the 2 in Arizona now, so there's no more to get. But like with the Sun Belt strategy, they may get a couple more. Yeah. North Carolina maybe. But losing 3 means they're fighting to just break even. Yeah. Right now, they're below 50 when they break even.
Yes.
And they're going to be fighting to not have 44 or 43.
Yeah, that's true.
And so if they don't win the Senate in 2022, they may not win the Senate for 10 years. Yeah. Like for a long, till this generation is gone, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
There's every chance they'll lose the House as well in 2022 if there's only a majority of 5 or 6 seats and they have a bad 2 years. Yeah. So imagine if they won the Senate because of the Senate map but lost the House. Yeah. Anyway, so what I'm saying is there's a lot of potential negativity there that's even worse than people have been talking about so far. Yeah. Sorry to do that to you, but it's just something that occurs to me.
That's okay.
That's all right. Look, we've been going forever.
We have been. Yeah, no, we've gone on for too long after criticising Trump for rambling.
We haven't been repetitive, though. We've been covering some good stuff. All I'll say is we haven't talked anything but the election. Yes. Paris Agreement expired in America the day after the election. Yeah. People should know that. America dropped out of the Paris Agreement formally the day after the election. Now, obviously, Biden can jump back in. Yes. But, yeah. That's going to be just about all he's doing. Oh, one more thing, by the way. Yes. This is also conventional wisdom, but I should throw it in there. And that is, for those who've been following the Supreme Court for the last few years, the one thing that unites all the new justices and a lot of the old Republican justices is a hatred of agencies passing rules over legislatures. Yes. Agencies passing rules is basically the only thing Joe Biden's got. Yeah. So leaving aside their desire to smash Joe Biden's administration because for partisan reasons, leaving that aside completely, just their position as judges is going to mean that they're going to invalidate most of what Joe Biden could possibly do.
I'd say so.
So the Supreme Court's going to be a big factor in this 2 years if he doesn't get the Senate. So actually, what will be interesting, actually, sorry, I know we're just wrapping up, but what will be an interesting test is Joe Biden is all about protecting norms. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump broke a lot of norms.
He did.
As president. Yeah. Like he was declaring false emergencies. Yes. To get shit done. He was taking advantage. He appointed acting people when he
Yes.
couldn't get stuff passed through the Senate, the appointments through the Senate. He just appointed acting people. How many of them does Joe Biden want to consolidate? Does he want to pass an acting cabinet if the Senate won't give him a cabinet? Does he want to just declare climate change a national emergency and just go unilaterally and say, screw the Senate completely, I'm just going to bypass you? And if he does, is the Supreme Court going to stop him doing that stuff when they didn't stop Donald Trump doing that stuff? Those are the two questions that are going to determine the next 2 years.
Yeah. Okay, on that optimistic note, nonetheless,
Hey! How about that?
nonetheless, major defeat of Donald Trump.
Yes. Which you were very happy about until I brought you down just now.
I was very happy about. I still am very happy about. But yes, contemplating the next 2 years is not an entirely cheerful exercise.
We're going to be back on Friday, folks. We will see you then. See you, Peppers.
Bye.
Bye.